Bats are valuable allies, providing natural pest control for gardeners. By creating a bat friendly habitat, you can encourage these nocturnal creatures to make your backyard their home. Let's talk about providing bats with food, water, and shelter so you can attract them and provide suitable habitat. Bats have a reputation for being these evil creatures of the night. So many negative thoughts. Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Amy, and I talk about wildlife conservation and organic gardening. Bats are extremely unique mammals and are the only ones that can fly by flapping their wings to propel themselves through the air. Their wings are made of thin membranes of skin that stretch between their fingers and extend to their hind legs and tail. It's like they are wearing a cape. Like other animals in our neighborhoods, bats' natural habitats are in decline. Roads and housing for humans tears down trees and destroys fields full of flowers and thus insects. 42 out of the 45 bat species in the United States are insectivores and eat many of your garden's pests, as well as other pesky insects. Bats can eat over 100% of their weight in insects each night. That's over 3,000 bugs. And because of their healthy appetites, have been valued at an estimated 22 billion per year to America's agricultural industry. Bats are non-aggressive animals that very rarely interact negatively with humans. A bat that is on the ground may be injured, and those found between May and July may be orphaned pups. Call your local wildlife rehabilitator. Contact the Department of Fish and Wildlife or Department of Natural Resources to locate someone in your area. Keep in mind that rehabbers are volunteers and there may not be someone close to you. If you want to learn more about wildlife rehabilitation, check out my books in the description. Gardeners, bats are your friends. They love moss and will eat large numbers of this garden enemy, the cabbage moth. Bats eat night flying insects, so you'll want to plant flowers that either stay open through the night or bloom through the evening. Bats feed on insects, many of which are attracted to nectar from night blooming flowers. You can support the bat population by planting things like moonflowers that attract insects. Night scented stock is also very sweet and lures nocturnal insects, perfect for hungry bats. Bats are highly sensitive to chemicals in their environment. To help support their populations, avoid using pesticides, herbicides, or insecticides in your backyard. These chemicals not only reduce the insect population, but can also poison bats when they consume affected insects. Instead, focus on organic gardening practices. Bats can become part of your natural pest management system, keeping mosquitoes, moths, and beetles in check without the need for chemicals. Bats often use natural shelters like trees for roosting, especially older trees with cavities or peeling bark. If possible, leave dead trees standing as long as they don't pose a safety hazard. These trees offer excellent roosting spaces for bats. Oaks provide excellent habitat for a variety of insects and offer natural crevices for bats. Sycamores have peeling bark that can provide shelter for bats as well. Bats love to hunt for insects that gather around willow trees, particularly near water. Bats prefer roosting in dead trees, but humans have cut them down and view them as hazards, forcing bats to find other alternatives. Again, if you have space and are able, old rotting trees are the best wildlife habitat. Home to many species of insects, they provide food for birds, especially woodpeckers, and are greatly appreciated by bats. Providing water to bats is very important, but it's not as simple as putting out a bird bath. Bats drink by swooping down and drinking while flying, so they need a long runway, so to speak. A small pond or water feature in your backyard can serve this purpose. If you already have a wildlife pond, keep it free of chemicals and maintain clean water to attract bats and other beneficial wildlife. Even a shallow frog pond like this that's got open area around it would work well. Check out my video on creating backyard frog habitat. We often associate bats with caves, and many do roost and hibernate in caves. But they will also set up housekeeping in your house or barn. Installing a bat house can give bats a safe and comfortable place to live. The location, temperature, and design are key factors in bat house occupation or occupancy. Before you install a bat house, ensure your home is bat proofed by checking for holes that may allow for bats to enter. Caulk any holes greater than a half an inch. Replace window screens with tears. Check to make sure chimney caps and soffit are secure. Bats are more likely to move in when two or three window boxes, or bat boxes, sorry, are placed nearby each other. Bat boxes can provide much needed habitat for bats to give birth and raise their young. You can purchase bat houses from a variety of vendors, or you can build your own. Bat houses must be mounted facing south to southwest and in areas that receive full sun for at least 6 hours a day. Pre-made bat houses can be purchased. A bat house should be at least 24 inches high and 16 inches wide. Smaller bat houses do not offer adequate thermal stability. A bat house should not contain fabric or mesh. Roosting boards and landing pads should consist of roughened wood. Barns and houses are great places to install bat boxes. Place them 12 to 20 feet off the ground. Bat houses should have 10 to 14 feet of clear space above any vegetation below the bat house. Buildings reduce drafts and help the bat house heat up more quickly than those installed on poles. The Massachusetts Fisheries and Wildlife site has great directions to build a bat box that I will link below. Install bat houses away from bright lights and avoid shiny and reflective objects on the ground under them, as the bats may get disorientated. Tree mounts should be avoided. Trees receive less sun, causing the bats to be more susceptible to predators and have branches that make it difficult for bats to drop down into flight. Pole mounts can work well in warm southern climates that do not experience extreme temperature swings between daytime and nighttime. If mounting to a wooden pole, a metal predator guard may be helpful. Poles can be wrapped with an 18-inch piece of sheet metal about 3 feet off the ground. Bat manure is called guano and makes fabulous fertilizer. However, it does take a long time to accumulate. So let's dispel some myths about bats. Bats can be infected with rabies just like any other mammal. However, less than 1% of all bats actually carry rabies. Most bat bites occur from picking up a bat without gloves or startling a bat that has crawled into a woodpile or other dark place. If a bat is in a living space and not moving, get a box and put some air holes in it. Put on thick gloves. Place the box on its side and very gently slide the bat into the box with a piece of cardboard. Put the bat somewhere dark and quiet and call a wildlife rehabilitator. Insectivore bats use echolocation, which is a sophisticated sonar system used to find insects at night. It might seem like they are swooping toward your head, but they are actually just hunting for insects. They know exactly where they are going. Bats are not related to rodents. That is a negative stereotype based on humans' dislike for most rats. It used to be thought that bats were actually closely related to primates, including humans, but recent genome analysis has classified them in a superorder that includes animals such as whales. Go figure. Many bat species will use a bat box, including big and little brown bats. So put up a bat house this winter, plant flowers in the spring, and help your bat friends. Thanks for watching and have a fabulous day.